In May of 1957, just 3 years after the landmark Brown versus Board of Education decision, tens of thousands of people gathered in Washington, D.C. for what was called the Prayer Pilgrimage for Freedom. This was not just a march, it was not just a rally, it was a moment of prayer, protest, and unity, bringing together faith, music, and determination for justice. The pilgrimage was organized by some of the leading civil rights groups of that time: the NAACP, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, and the United Christian Leadership Council. Their goal was simple but urgent: to push President Dwight D. Eisenhower to enforce school desegregation and to protect the rights to vote for African Americans across the South. On that day, more than 25,000 people stood before the Lincoln Memorial. The choice of location was powerful. Lincoln, the great emancipator, looking over a nation still struggling with the promise of freedom. The event was filled with prayer and gospel music. Malia Jackson, known as the Queen of Gospel, lifted her voice and moved the crowd with songs of faith and perseverance. But perhaps the most historic part of the pilgrimage came when a young Baptist preacher from Montgomery, Alabama, stepped up to speak. His name? Dr. Martin Luther King. At just 28 years old, King delivered his first national address, a speech called Give Us the Ballot. In his speech, Dr. King declared, "If we are given the ballot, we will no longer have to worry the federal government about our basic rights. Give us the ballot, and we will place judges on the bench of the South who will do justly and love mercy. Give us the ballot, and we will quietly implement the Supreme Court's decision." This was not only a call for voters' rights, it was a blueprint for change. King believed the ballot was the key to breaking the chains of segregation and injustice. The pilgrimage for freedom didn't make front page news in every paper. It didn't immediately force Eisenhower to act, but it became a turning point. It showed the power of peaceful assembly rooted in both faith and courage, and it gave America the first true look at the voice that would soon be the civil rights movement leader. 6 years later, on that very same step of the Lincoln Memorial, Dr. King returned with his delivery of "I Have a Dream" speech during the March on Washington. But it all began in 1957 with prayer, song, an unshakable belief that freedom was not only possible, but promised. The prayer pilgrimage freedom reminds us that faith and action walk hand in hand, and that sometimes the first step towards change is taken not in anger, but in prayer. Y'all be peaceful. Thank y'all for watching another episode of Let's Talk Black History. Have a good one.